Welcome student. Today we are going to study today topic numerical on vapor compression cycle part 1. Previous video we already discussed about the vapor compression cycle, actual cycle and the effects of the various parameter on the performance of the compression cycle. Now we are going to numerical on this VC cycle. The first numerical is in vapor compression cycle, following data is obtained: enthalpy at the inlet to the compressor. Enthalpy at the inlet to the compressor means H1 is given is 180 kJ per kg. At the exit of the compressor is 210 kJ per kg. Means S2 is given. S2 is given, and the enthalpy at the exit of the condenser 80. S3 is given kilojoule per kg. So you know that the core formula of the for VC cycle H1 minus H3 divided by H2 minus H1. This is a RC refrigerant effect, refrigerant capacity, and this is the work input of the compressor. Okay, put this H1, H2, H3 is given. Then put the value of H1, H2, H3 in the COPE formula. Then you can find the COPE, which is 3.33 COPE. So now come to the next numerical. In a 5 kilowatt cooling capacity refrigeration system operating on a simple VC cycle. The cycle is a simple VC cycle, means the saturated vapor enter into the compressor, inlet to the compressor. So the capacity of the refrigerant machine system is 5 kilowatt, means RC is given, refrigerant capacity is given. Then refrigerant enter evaporator with an enthalpy of 75 kilojoule per kg. Refrigerant enter has enthalpy of 75 kJ, means at the inlet of the evaporator the enthalpy is given, and leave with the enthalpy of 183 kilojoule per kg, means this is inlet to the exit to the evaporator enthalpy is given. The enthalpy of the refrigeration after compression is 210 kilojoule per kg. Then calculate COPE, power input to the compressor, and the rate of heat transfer at the condenser. In the question given itself, H4 is given, which is inlet to the evaporator 75 kJ per kg, and exit enthalpy at the exit of the evaporator, or you can say the inlet to the compressor, is also given 183 kJ per kg. And after compression, then enthalpy should be raised from H1 to H2. The H2 is given to 210 kJ per kg, and RC refrigerant capacity 5 kilowatt is given. You can see that the COPE formula is H1 minus H3 divided by H2 minus H1. This is a work input and this is a refrigeration capacity. So H1 is given, H3 is also given, and H2 is also given. You can find the COPE directly from the enthalpy formula. You can directly found the COPE. Then you have to find power input. So you can see the refrigeration layout diagram. This Q2 is equal to RC 5 kilowatt is given. There is work input. You have to find work input first. Then you have to find Q1 also, heat transfer at the condenser. So first question your COPE you already find. Then you know the COPE value and you also know about the RC value. Then you find the power input. So the COPE is 4 and the power input is 5 kilowatts. So you can find here power input 5 by 4 is equal to 1.25 kilowatt. So you find the power input here. So this is junction point. The power input is entered into the refrigerator, and the Q2 is also enter into the refrigerator. So, the summation of this is equal to Q1. So, 1.25 plus 5 is equal to the heat transfer at the condenser, which is Q1. So, the Q1 is 6.25. 6.25. So, note the higher temperature side condenser heat transfer and the lower temperature side is evaporator heat transfer. Now, move to the next very important, very good question is there, which also asked in the ESC exam. So, a refrigeration based on VC cycle operate between temperature limits minus 20 degrees Celsius and 40 degrees Celsius. The refrigerant enter into the condenser as saturated vapor. The refrigerant enter the condenser as the saturated vapor means outlet to the compressor is a saturated vapor and leave as saturated liquid, or at the exit of the condenser is saturated liquid. So, the enthalpy and entropy of the saturated liquid and saturated vapor at this temperature are given in the table. Minus 20 and 40, the different value of HF, SFG, SF, SG is given in the table. If the refrigerant flow rate, mass flow rate is given 0.025 kg per second. Find the refrigeration capacity in kilowatt and the curve of the system. You have to find first refrigerant capacity and the curve of the system. So, the main point in this question is that the refrigerant inside the condenser has a saturated vapor. So, at the outlet of the compressor, the refrigerant should be in saturated vapor state. So, now first you draw the TS diagram for this numerical, then you have to solve the numerical part. So, how can you draw the TS diagram? So, let us see how can we draw the TS diagram. So, at the inlet to the condenser, the refrigerant at a saturated vapor. This is point 2, which is enter into the condenser. So, you know about that in the compressor isentropic compression should be there. So, we can draw the straight line from point 2. So, you suppose you get point 1 here, this is point 1, then from point 2 this is a constant pressure heat rejection in the condenser. You get the at point 3 in the question given that the outlet of the condenser should be saturated liquid. So, this is a point 3 at the exit of the condenser, which is point 3. Then after that the expansion process should be there in the expansion device, which is throttling process, which is where the enthalpy should be constant, which is H3 is equal to H4. So, it meet the at point 4. Then at point 4 the heat should be extracted from the storage space. So, then you got the point at 1. So, from here you can draw the TS diagram from the as a numerical itself given that. So, this is TS diagram. So, how can you find the value of H1? Because in the table this value is given, this value also given, and you can find this value also H4 because H3 is equal to H4. Okay. Now, co-formula is H1 minus H3 equal to H2 minus H1. H3 is already known because the HF value of at temperature 40 degrees Celsius you can find from the table. Then H2 also given in the table, which is Hg value at temperature 40 degrees Celsius. So, first you find the value of H1. When you find the value of H1, then you put the value of H1 in that, then you find the co value. So, first First you write the value of S2. S2 is equal to Sg at temperature of 40 degrees Celsius is equal to 200. This is 200. Okay. Then S3, which is HF. S3 is the HF value of at temperature of 40 degrees Celsius is equal to 80 kilojoule from the table. So you write the value of H1 here, H1 at temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius. So HF plus X, which is dryness fraction, is equal to Sg minus HF, the difference between this latent heat. Okay. From HF is equal to 20, HF is equal to 20 because it is saturated liquid at temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius. You get from the table HF at minus 20 degrees Celsius is 20 kilojoule per kg plus X bracket 180 minus 20. This is Hg value at minus 20 degrees Celsius and this is HF value, the difference which is latent heat. So is given, but it didn't have a value of X. So you find the first value of X, then you put the value of X in here, then you get the value of H1. But you know that S2 is equal to H1, S1 is equal to S2. So S1 is equal to S2 because isentropic process is there. So you can write the value of S2 equal to Hg value at 40 degrees Celsius. From the table you find that S2 is equal to at 40 degrees Celsius is 0.67. So S2 is given, which is equal to Hg value at 40 degrees Celsius. So it is given in the table. So H1 is equal to S2 is equal to this value because isentropic process is there. But how can you write the value of S1 at 0.1 like that? S1 is equal to SF plus X bracket Sg minus SF, and this Sg and SF value is given in the table, which is at temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius. So put the value of SF value at temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius and put the value of Sg and HF at temperature of minus 20 degrees Celsius, then equal to the 0.67. From here you find the value of X, which is equal to 0.9. Then put the value of X in equation of H1 to get the value of H1. So put the value of X in H1, you get the value of H1 which is equal to 164 kilojoule per kg. Then put the value of H1 in the COPE formula, you get the value of COPE which is equal to 2.33. Then you know about the refrigerant capacity. RC is equal to mass flow rate into H1 minus S3. Mass flow rate is given in the question 0.025 into H1 which is 164 minus S3 which is outlet to the condenser, enthalpy of outlet to the condenser is 80. Then you find the RC values is 2.1 kilowatts. So in this problem you have to first draw the TS diagram according to the question, because in the question is given that outlet to the compressor is saturated vapor. You can say that, you can say in other word, the inlet to the condenser is saturated vapor state. Then like that, from here you can draw the TS diagram. Then you find the value of H1 from, first you find the value of X from S1 is equal to S2. Then from the you find the value of X, then put the value of X in H1. Then you find the COPE. Then after that you find the RC. In simple BC cycle, following property of refrigerant at various points is given. The cycle is simple BC cycle, which inlet to the compressor, the refrigerant condition is given, inlet to the compressor should be saturated vapor. So, outlet to the compressor should be superheated. So, the compressor inlet is given H1 is equal to 183.2 kilojoule per kg, and the specific volume of at inlet to the compressor is given 0.0767 meter cube per kg. Then outlet to the compressor or compressor discharge, H2 is given 222.6 kilojoule per kg, and the specific volume at outlet to the compressor is given 0.614 meter cube per kg. Then condenser exit, H3 is given, which is 84.9 kilojoule per kg, and specific volume V3 is given 0.00083 meter cube per kg. Then the shaft volume of the compressor, the shaft volume of compressor is 1.5 liter is given, the shaft volume is given, which is converted into meter cube per meter cube, and its volumetric efficiency is, compressor volumetric efficiency is given 80%. The speed of the compressor is given n value, which is 1600 rpm. You have to convert into per second. So you have to find the value of power input and the RC value in this question. So first you write the formula of the power input, mass flow rate H2 minus H1, which is power input to the compressor. Then the volumetric efficiency is mass flow rate, specific volume at the inlet to the compressor divided by the shaft volume Here in the question, the cylinder, the compressor should be equal to 1 because the number of compressors is not given. So you can assume that the K value should be equal to 1. So a specific volume, shaft volume should be given, the pi by 4 d square L should be given is 1.5 liter. This should be converted into meter cube. So 1.5 into 10 to the minus 3 meter cube will be the shaft volume. So the efficiency of the compressor should be given 0.8. So you can put the value of specific volume at the inlet to the compressor V1 and the shaft volume, and the value of n should be converted into the per second. So 1600 divided by 60, and put the value of K is equal to 1 because the number of cylinders should be not given. So you assume as the single cylinder system. So from here you find the value of mass flow rate. First you find the mass flow rate, then mass flow rate is equal to the 0.417 kg per second. Then after that put the value of mass flow rate in the power input formula. Then you find H2 is given, which is compressor outlet, enthalpy of compressor outlet, and H1 is given, enthalpy of inlet to the compressor is given in the question. Then put the value of enthalpies and the mass flow rate in the power input formula. Then you get the value of 16.43 kilowatt. Then RC, refrigerant capacity, is equal to the mass flow rate H1 minus H3. So mass flow rate you find from the volumetric efficiency formula, which is 0.417. H1 is given and H3 also given in the question. Put the value of H1, H3 and the mass flow rate in the refrigerant capacity formula. You get the value of RC, refrigerant capacity of the machine, which is 40.98. Thank you. This is all for the today's lecture.